Hello YouTube. Today we're going to try CRC K&W block permanent metallic block seal radiator seal into my 1983 crate Chevy 350 carbureted. It's been blowing by steam and consuming water for, well, since I bought it. All of the instructions as closely as possible out here. Of the cooling system. I haven't run it on the green stuff in several well, consumptions of coolant, we'll say. Alright, so we're going to move on to step one. It says, with engine cool, remove radiator kit, set heater to control to maximum hot position. Start an idle engine until warm. Okay, well, the engine is now warm. Okay, stop engine, drain radiator. Okay, with water and idle for 5 minutes to flush excess antifreeze. Alright, well, you can see the water is quite clear. Here we got our mop bucket. There's some trash on the bottom of the bucket. May be hard to see. There's some oil in the water I see. Let's just got some garden lime in the bottom of the bucket. So we'll give it one more. Yeah, we'll fill it up with water. And wait, there it is, tight. Fill it up with water again, and do like the instructions say, 5 minutes. Oh, well, what do you know? Okay, I started the engine, now we're gonna run it for 5 minutes. I did not see a big cloud of steam shoot out this time, but especially on a cold day, I'll see a big blowout of steam come out and a little bit of smoke. I don't think head gasket sealant's gonna do anything about the smoke because it might be a valve guide or a valve seal or whatever, but there we go. Let it run for 5 minutes. For once, on a moderately cold start on a cool day, I'm having good throttle response without a bunch of stuttering and stuff. We're just filled up with water. Idling easy. Climbing through the revs easy. There we're blowing steam. Let's do that again. Yeah, it doesn't blow smoke like that once it's all warmed up. And it is consuming water at least at a rate of a pint per 40 miles. So it looks a lot worse than that at night in the cold. So we're going to find out by the end of today if this block seal really works. We got a puddle of water. It just came out the tailpipe like that on startup after that little bit of revving. It's not really dripping. A bit of soot. No thing. The timer just went off, but still, the heads are getting to be blistering hot. We have from the cap here, we got the water 2 inches down. You can see when I pull the throttle. Can you see that? You can barely see it. See the water pulls down when I step on it. Add more water so it's easier to see. Water is 3 inches from the cap. I'm going to bring it up a little closer. Okay. Got water pumping. Alright, so now as per the instructions it says stop engine drain radiator, refill idle for 5 minutes, flush antifreeze, turn off engine drain completely. Here we go. Okay, where's my bucket? Yeah, let's not. Okay, that's quite clear. And I'll let that all drain out and then refill the radiator again, just for at least get 30% more dilute. Okay, step 5 says shake can of block seal, mix with 3 quarts of hot water in a separate container. All right, so we'll go get my boiler started. So we're gonna have 1 pint of this to 3 quarts of hot water in some pouring vessel. Okay, hot water. And waiting. Okay, what's wrong with my phone? Okay, here we're having a sample of this block seal. We put it on the burner, and we're going to see what happens when it gets hot and bothered, if it indeed forms like a glass. Here's what stuff looks like. It's a little bit thicker than water, kind of like syrup. I can see it's got something suspended in it, like metal flake. Maybe that's the fiber matter that they've been selling it on. I put about perhaps a little bit more water, 3 parts water than block seal. Okay, we're just barely getting warm now. We got our water boiling over here for our solution. Yeah, this is going to go 3 quarts water, 1 pint, 1/2 quart block seal. That's 6 to 1. Here's the draining of the radiator. We're gonna still looks a little green. Now we're gonna give it another fill of the radiator, or actually we'll fill it up. We'll do as the prescription says. Fill it up, run it 5 minutes, drain it. Yeah. So. Okay, so we've refilled the water again, cool it again. It's gonna start funky. Okay, looking out the exhaust. Looking, it did just blow a little smoke. Okay, well, maybe it's having a good day. It is a little bit warm today. On a colder day, it'll blow a whole lot of steam and be really cranky. Okay, so we've had the burner going for a minute or two, and we're starting to see where we have crystal formation on the bottom of the pan where it's hottest. So I guess what I ought to do here is I don't know, it's hard to spread this isn't the ideal vessel to show off how Now it's working. We got the burner pretty hot at 7 out of 8, and it's definitely going to superheat that water on the contact point. I don't mind spilling a drop on the burner here. There you can see there's a, let's spread it with a dirty, oily tool. Okay. Yeah, it's crystallizing just like an egg. Indeed, what's the stuff called? Sodium silicate. The primary ingredient of this stuff is supposed to be the same stuff that's in eggs. Indeed, I could probably do the same job by just throwing some eggs in my engine. Oh wow, that stuff's setting hard right up. That's good. So I guess I'm gonna call that a. Oh, it looks like that crystal I made on the bottom. It looks like I rinsed it off with increased temperature. Let's just keep going with it. Let's just say that I disturbed it. So this has a lot of special instructions on it. It says, run it, start engine immediately, and add block seal mixture to radiator, add cap as needed to fill radiator, replace radiator cap, and run engine at idle for a minimum of 20 minutes or until leak is stopped. Okay. Okay, now the stuff's really starting to boil. Let's look on the bottom again. Nothing. Alright, I guess I'm just... Okay, here are our high concentration. That stuff's baked on hard. Okay. Okay, here's what the water looks now. Alright, so now we're really got a rolling boil. We got all the pure stuff hardened up on the stove. Except for right there, that's kind of gellifying. Can you see it? Yeah, there, see it made some crystal flakes. Okay, I turned off the heat. See if we got anything formed yet. No formation. So that's promising. It means at least it's not going to set up wherever. Okay, let's try pouring some off. There we go. Now we got a minute. We got a little bit in the bottom there. See something form now. You might have to wait, really get some superheating going on, and it's not going to happen just like this. I hope I can get this stuff off the stove okay. Okay. It's scraping off okay. That's not a total disaster. Still not making any crystals in there. Oh yeah, I see some. Okay, I need some light. But if I slosh that boiling hot water, it rinses right off. So it's a tricky balance of tricky balance of the right temperature and concentration and flow rate. Gotta starting to get there. Doesn't smell quite so eggy. On the surface of the bubbles, you might be able to see that there's those particles of metal or sealant or fiber or whatever it is. Okay, now we're really getting to the temperature. I'm going to turn off the heat. The bubbles have grown a lot bigger. And let me just get into the sealing condition. Oh, there we go. Now we're solidifying. There's the water jetting around underneath. That's promising. We got a kind of plastic. The material's got some plastic value in it. Yeah, it sure does. So, let's try adding some back to it. I'm just going to rinse. Yeah, it's rinsing back. And there it is. I rinsed it all back. So, most of it back. Yeah, where it was hottest, we got some good baking going on. And it's bonding to the surface. Alright, let's get on with the mixture. Putting it in the engine. So I'm going to pour all that in here. This is a rinsed Prestone bottle. Okay, and we got our boiling hot water. It's going to be the next trick shot. Alright, and what's that? There's something in there. It looks like, oh great. There's a cake of the stuff in the bottom of my bottle, so I got to pour the hot water in there to rinse out all that, or my product's going to be wasted. So now I got to ram it. That's why it said shake well, but not. Why do I have to shake it this well? This is crazy. Gloves for this. I'm going to burn my hand. Hot pad. Oh, much darker. What's left? Oh yeah, I got some out. It's really hard to see in the can. Oh, it's because of my flashlight. So, yeah, you can still see there's some. I did rinse out at least half of the stuff. Let's do another rinse out. Okay. It's really hard to do this. I guess I'm just going to keep pouring in until this thing gets 3 quarts full. There's a big old cake in there and the solids, so it's going to be a job to get this out. I guess I'm going to have to use the stirring stick and keep pouring and boiling and stirring until this is done. I guess this is why I bought this stuff on eBay for at least half the price of the next seller. So I guess this is why. There's a little bit extra labor. There, brown, dark brown again. Okay, I think we're, yeah, there's still a big old sludge in the bottom there. That's good. It's moving around. It's not just stuck to the bottom, giving me grief. You know, it's coming out in clumps. Looks like I got at least half of it out one more time. Here, we'll give it a hard pour so it really stirs just from impact. Nothing quite like doing a two-handed job with one hand and a camera in the other. There is a tripod, but then I have to still one hand everything. Carrying the tripod and the camera and the product. Yeah, whatever. Okay, time for more water. Oops. Knife. Okay, that should be the end of rinsing out the can. That's pretty good. There's only just a couple chunks left in there. I think we can get them out. I've got this is a 2-quart pot, as I was told. In the test thing, it looks like we got it all dissolved again. There's, except on the very bottom, where there was a extra hard crust. I'll put that in the engine too. There we go. Now, let's inspect what we got here stuck to the bottom. So, that's what it feels like under my fingernail. Well, it feels kind of slimy, like an egg white, half cooked to medium. And it's scraping right off the stainless. You'd imagine if it were really, it only baked on there for a few minutes, not any 20 minutes like the prescription says. So I do believe that will, yeah, those fibers there, you know, you can really see the fibers. I do believe those fibers there will mechanically fasten to a broken gasket and improve the crystal growth of the, what's this stuff called again? Oops, oh, that was a mistake. Feels just like mud. No, that's what the stuff looks like at the bottom. Quite the mud. And I don't think there's enough in there to bother with another rinse out. I think I did good. Okay, I got my radiator empty. Now I'm gonna take oh yeah, let's see how clean the water is. That's pretty clean. That's mostly the color of the mop bucket. Yeah, it's still kind of green. Alright, fine. We'll give it one more rinse. By the book rinse. Okay, one more thing. I'm going to close my heater core because I don't really need to get a bunch of sealant in my heater core. It's not leaking. Close valve, close. Oh, that valve's sticky. I just put these in. Imagine what the old valves were like. There you can see the steam coming out from the... Alright. The engine block's still quite warm. Alright, there's the third rinse of water. Alright, closing valve again after the third rinse. Okay. A lot less yellow and a lot more lime, garden lime. Alright, now we're gonna take our 3-quart mixture to 1 pint of seal and pour it in there. I don't really want to do this one-handed. Maybe now you'll get to see how well my tripod... Oh, here we go. There, the radiator level is 4 inches from the top. Let's give it a run again. You can see it doesn't take long to it only takes a few minutes of cool down for it to blow steam. So now I'm gonna do what the instructions said. Let it run here for 20 minutes at idle. I might take it for a little drive. Cap off, cap on. So I did get an extra can here, so let's see what it says again. Start engine and immediately add block seal mixture to radiator. Add water as needed to fill radiator. Replace cap and run at idle for at least 20 minutes, 30 minutes maximum, or until leak is stopped. That's oddly specific. All right, here we go. We're gonna top off the water. Okay. Oh, look, I got block seal all over my thing. Good thing I'm rinsing this off. Okay, that's good enough to get the job done. Put the cap on. Okay. Come on. Cap on. Okay. Step 7. Stop engine, let cool, and drain radiator. For best results, allow empty cooling system to dry for 24 hours with the caps open. Well, I was planning on going to take it for a trip right after this, so we might be able to let it dry for 1.5 hours. But well, here we go. We're gonna drain it now and let it rest for 1.5 hours, and then fill it with, give it one rinse, and then fill it with coolant.